actually have a question before I start. I'm actually curious, how many people in the room are in the ad tech business outside of being a VC? Okay. And am I going to assume that everyone else here is in the VC industry? Yes, no. Okay. Tough crowd. Okay, so I am Lisa Villano. I manage global partnerships at Cognitive Match. We are a dynamic creative optimization tool, and we are used across display ad campaigns on the internet and on mobile. We are a startup company, shocker. So we are VC backed. We do have 4 offices globally. We have New York, which is actually where I'm based, an office in Omaha, San Mateo, California, and then we also have an office in London. 2 of our main global partners are Yahoo and Havas. And mainly, I mean, we run full service campaigns across the world. So, when I woke up this morning, I was just so happily getting ready for work. It was about 7:30, and had the TV on. I think I was watching Saved by the Bell. Don't judge. And I saw a Hotels.com commercial, and it kind of dawned on me, like, not sure, like, why this is interesting to me at 7:30 in the morning. I don't really care about travel. But whatever. So, left for work, got into the office, and then lunchtime came around, and I had actually just been talking to my boyfriend about where we were going to be going for Christmas break. We get the week off between Christmas and New Year's, and we haven't booked vacation yet, so, we were kind of on that topic of discussion. And I thought that, as I was on Gmail, as I was on weather.com, whatever I was doing at the moment, probably the best time for hotels.com to be advertising, to me, would be when I'd be most interested in seeing it. So not so much at 7:30 in the morning when I'm putting on my eyeliner, but more so 12 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm actually interested in booking some travel or doing some leisure stuff. So that's kind of the problem that we have in the industry. And the funny thing is we have all of this data. So every time I'm shopping on Macy's.com or every time I'm looking up some specific product, I'm leaving a trail. I'm telling an advertiser I was on your site. Every time I tweet, every time I share something on Facebook, anytime I'm watching TV, I'm interacting with a brand. So this brand has all of this data, but the issue is, how the hell are they using it? Like, they need to make sure that the message that they're sending to me makes sense. So what we do at Cognitive Match is we use those data points. So it could be something like real-time data where maybe it's raining in New York right now and I'm looking at an ad for Seamless and it's giving me a discount because I'm ordering delivery in the rain. Or on-site data. I was looking at something on Macy's.com and they know I'm interested in their brand, so they're going to retarget me. And we take those data points and we use them to drive creative decisions. So we're not an agency, we're not a media provider. We don't buy audiences. We make sure that every person in your targeted audience sees the most relevant creative. Make sense? Cool. So there are 2 types of dynamic creative optimization. The first type would be data-driven creative. And we break that down a little bit further. So the types of campaigns that you can use, and this would mainly be for like driving new users to an advertiser's site, would be creative testing, so just a simple which creative works better than the other one. Rules-based testing, using data points like, is it raining, is it hot, where's the user located, to pull specific assets into the creative or to write rules to serve a specific creative. And finally, automated optimization, which is basically just automatically optimizing the correct creative combination and assets in real time based on that user's profile. Secondly, personalized retargeting. I have a feeling a couple of you in here know what personalized retargeting is, but if you don't, it's those really annoying ads that follow you around on the internet. So if you're shopping for shoes and you notice that you're being stalked by those shoes over and over, that's retargeting. However, if you look at the screen, the 4 ads that I have up there, you probably won't recognize the template, and you'll also notice they all don't look the same. You guys are probably used to seeing that really boring 300 by 250 white background, like black text, same thing for Michael Kors as it is for like some crapo brand, because they all use the same template, they all use the same they all use the same platform. The cool thing about Cognitive Match is that we don't use templates. So whatever creative assets the advertiser wants to use, we run with it. If they don't want to use a carousel, if they don't want to use specific products, that's fine. we can work with any kind of creative. And then finally, and to kind of put it into more of a perspective, so in regards to actually building the personalized retargeting logic, a lot of companies just use that standard logic of last product view. You looked at the shoe, we're going to show you the shoe. But we kind of take it a step further and say, well, it's not always the last product view that someone's interested in. Personal example, making my Christmas list. Do I really want Christmas Louboutins? Yes. Can I afford them? No. But I'm making a list and, you know, sending it to mom, sending it to dad, whatever. But Bloomingdale's thinks that I want to buy those Louboutins. I mean, I wish I could, but I can't. So you really have to think about what the advertiser's goals are in order to show the most relevant piece of creative. Does that make sense? Any questions so far? Sure.
How do you define relevancy?
How do we define relevancy? So basically, we want to make sure that the ad that you're looking at is going to drive you to click. And what our machine does is it actually recognizes who's clicking, and it makes sure that people within that user profile are seeing that version of creative. And that's kind of mostly for the user. If you're being retargeted based on what you have done. So that's separate. But you know, let's say you fall into the same profile as someone else that might have really liked ad combination A. We're going to show you ad combination A until that cycle is broken. When we think someone like you comes along and probably wants to see ad A, but you don't click, well, we know we have to relearn. So it's all on the back end. It's all through algorithms. Does that answer your question? Cool. Any others? No? Okay. So moving into the exciting part, I thought it would be pretty fun to put together an example to show you guys how life would be if we lived the way we do online. Introducing Alex, right here. He's our CEO. Side note, any VCs, questions go to him. I just run.
Oh, that's what it's like, is it? Okay.
So Alex loves Starbucks. He gets it every morning. Sometimes he offers me, sometimes. So he went into Starbucks this morning, and all he wanted to do was order his typical double non-fat cappuccino. Now this looks pretty silly, but if this was on the internet world, this is actually what happens. There's just crazy data and all this good data that's actually not helping someone make a decision. Moreover, we're being offered products like the holiday bear that Alex, I hope, is not interested in buying.
Nope.
That we don't want and that aren't relevant to us. So then what happens next? Retargeting. The bear follows Alex around everywhere he goes, just like the damn shoes followed you around everywhere you went until you sucked it up and you bought the shoes. Alex didn't buy the bear. Let's just get it straight. Although we do have the bear.
We do have the bear.
And then onward. Are you sure you don't want to buy the bear? He hasn't bought it yet.
Alex,
And then
why don't you want the bear? Come on.
It's not my colors,
Tell me that it's not
really.
a cute bear. I'll show you the live version. I have it with me.
No, it's black and white.
And then finally, before the lawsuit of Starbucks, he does not want the bear. So we're all used to seeing this. You know, you guys, you see these ads all the time, and I feel like a lot of people that don't really understand retargeting are like, how did that happen? Like, why are those shoes following me around? And this is why. It's literally just we're collecting data on you, and this is why you're seeing these products. And for the most part, you're probably not seeing the right ones. So companies like Cognitive Match are like vigorously working to figure out a solution to make sure that this is what happens.
Right. Much better. I'll take the bar. The bar, not the bear.
So,
Absolutely.
does anyone have any questions?
So what's your company's revenue model, and what are the metrics that